Hey everybody, it's me, Jules again. Okay, it's me doing Thor Dark World review slash vlog. Spoilers for anybody who has not seen Thor Dark World. Get out of here. Spoilers. Go watch it now. You will not be disappointed. You don't know what you're missing, people. And I really liked this movie. I liked it a lot better than the first one. The first one didn't have anything special about it. I mean, it was okay. It's just nothing special other than just being padding for the Avengers movie. But it was okay. It's just like, okay, that was fun, but nothing other than just the visuals and Asgard just being beautiful as all hell can be. There was nothing special about Thor. Thor went through a story arc and that's it. There was nothing special about the first one other than introducing us to Loki. But this one stood out more. Because bigger battle, higher stakes. It was a good follow up to the Avengers movie, and also it was a Loki Thor centered kind of story. More on that later. But first, let's get into characters. Thor, I like what they did with him here, showing that he was more matured, more evolved, a lot wiser, even a little bit more restrained. Despite doing the same thing, like, oh, his father told him not to do this, but yet he does it anyway. But this time he does it a little bit smarter, while including Loki, and I was very convinced by their plan. Like, even though, yeah, I know this is a trick, but still, it was very convincing, especially, cutting off Thor's hand, supposedly. But still, yeah, I liked what they did with Thor here. A lot smarter, more, more of a leader. Yeah, I could really believe him that he is a leader now. Loki, yeah, Loki. I would have to say Tom Hiddleston's performance is the standout player of this entire the standout performance of this entire movie. Like, you can't deny it. Uh, I mean, even though, like, during the first Thor movie and the Avenger movie, Tom Hiddleston seemed more composed, sinister and snarky, but that was and jokey, but more. It was more composed. Like, you could tell he was snarky about everything, but it was in a more composed manner. Here, really looks like Tom Hiddleston is really, really having fun playing Loki again. But that's not bad. I'm just throwing it out there, in comparison. It's just, it was, the dialogue in this movie had a lot of snappy wordplay here and there, and I love that. I love the jokes, while it's still at the same time could be at the same time the dialogue of the movie was straightforward, however, still made you laugh. That's what I liked about it. You could have straightforward dialogue, and yet make all the jokes you can, like Loki with his whole hologram kind of tricks and stuff. Oh, do you like this form? I think this form suits me. Or, oh, you look ravishing, brother. Yeah, I left it at that too. But of course, oh, I like this form a lot. Yeah, let's want to talk about truth, honor, and patriotism. Oh my god, I loved it. Oh, Chris Evans, I love the Captain America haircut. Oh my god. Yeah, I fanboyed there like for a good like 2 seconds. But yeah, Tom Hiddleston stop or Loki, do not stop being funny at all. Oh, I mean, I may rat on about Kid Loki in my Young Avenger reviews, but oh my gosh, movie universe Loki takes my heart away. uh, Thorky, ship people, ship Thorky, do it now. Okay, well, I do love Thor and Loki in this movie even more now. Uh, Everybody else, Jane, Darcy was a lot more funny too. I loved her in this movie. She did. I felt like she stood out more than Jane. Jane, she she was not. She didn't contribute much. Like, oh, I'm this scientist and I'm looking for this guy that I love. That's just the only thing about her character. I wish that they would have done more with her. Like, she's been so obsessed with finding this whole other world. I mean, the only thing they did was like Soul Forge. That's a quantum field generator. It's a field generator. That's the only thing they did. Like, wouldn't they have her be more scientific, exploring this whole new world and things like that? You know, see everything and go all sciencey fangirl stuff. She didn't do much other than just be, uh, I'm in love with Thor. That's it. I mean, she did contribute something near the end, but with the technological stuff. But that was more Eric. Oh, and Eric. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is a perfect example. Like you can have a serious story even though it has like ridiculous stuff in it. That's why I love this movie so much. But Eric, um, I know that he said it was because Loki got into his head, but Hawkeye was just fine. Or unless he's running around naked while shooting arrows at bad guys. Please let that be the next movie. Like, oh, Hawkeye running around naked because he's crazy. But that Loki got into his mind. Please let that be in the next movie. Or please somebody do fan art. Let that be the excuse. Loki got into his head. That's why he's crazy, running around naked like Eric. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, the dialogue in this movie, well, it's serious and straightforward, but at the same time, it was funny, like without ruining the serious moments. It even felt a little bit natural, and I love that. It's serious but funny. But, my biggest problem with the character stuff, I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with these characters. They're likable. It's just they didn't have much to do. They just to they just contribute as plot devices. Like they're only there to advance Thor and Loki's story, which pretty much this one is more centered around. It's Thor and Loki's story. I mean, yeah, there's some parts that I liked, like they expanded a little bit more on Frigga in this movie, other than just that she's the queen and she's the mom, and they did a little bit more with her, like show that she had a relation that she did love Loki just as much as Thor and Odin do, and also although it's kind of muted since they killed her off, although now we can sympathize a little bit more with Loki, sympathize give even more of a reason to sympathize with him since he of course did mourn the loss of his mom, but still expand a character then kill her off. And also all the other characters, like Thor's friends like Lady Sif and the Warriors 3, they don't do much at all in this movie either. It's just like, oh, help me do this plan that my father told me not to do and get in trouble, and you don't get punished like the first time. Yeah, like everybody else, they're likable. It's just they didn't do much. This is mostly a Thor Loki story. The Dark Elves, they were impressive. I liked, their threatening warrior masks and stuff, and like the Dark Elves like badass bodyguard monster thingy. Oh my gosh. And the weapons that was pretty much like a dark hole pocket thingy, like that was cool. But, the my problem here is that I know that they're going for the whole magic and science, same thing concept. They did it great with Asgard. It was both technological but also had a mystical feeling to it, like with the shield or the turrets or the flying boats and the Bifrost Bridge, of course. But the Dark Elves don't look mystical at the bit. I mean, yeah, they get the pointy ears, but that's it. That's the only thing mystical about them. They're elves, but they're in space. They had more of an alien-esque look, or atmosphere and appearance, than mystical. It was more alien than mystical. I understand it's trying to go for both, but when you contribute more to one, it offsets it and ruins it. At first, in the trailers, I thought that giant thing. I didn't think that was their ship. I thought it was like some sort of mystical construct or something. But yeah, that's my only problem with it. I mean, the ether may count as a mystical object. It's gonna turn everything into dark matter and bring about the darkness, but that's the only thing. And also, I just considered I couldn't get how the ether works until I thought about it. But the ether also seemed like their MacGuffin. Don't even try and argue that the ether wasn't a MacGuffin. But it still was a high stakes, post apocalyptic story. The whole convergence thing, I am not a quantum physicist, so, and I'm very sure none of you are, so it took me a while to figure it out, but it was still kind of a cool concept. Like all the other realms are going to be in danger. But yeah, um, despite the dark elves being less mystical, that's not so much of a bad thing, but it was kind of my pet peeve. Um, Overall, I like this movie. I'm definitely gonna recommend it to anybody, and I'm most likely gonna watch it again with my friends. Love Thor and Loki as always. Damn it, that fan service moment when you think, oh my gosh, is he? Oh no, he has pants. But yeah, I love and Tom Hiddleston, Loki. Oh my gosh, you are funny as hell. Never stop. Jane, please show us more of a personality other than the fact that you are romantically involved with Thor. And Darcy, continue being funny, but don't outshine Jane. Eric, I hope he gets better. And although there is one thing I have to say, I'm not sure if that the whole death. This is another peeve with me. One of the very few peeves I have. One of my very few critiques. Loki's death or faked death. I don't get it. Like, if that was a hologram, how was it able to make physical contact with the monster, the dark elf, big guy? I don't know his name, and pick up a grenade? Those things are not supposed to be physical. I mean, the moment you touch them, they disappear. So how can you explain Loki faking his own death? I don't get it. And also, but still, very few complaints. I like this movie too much to actually give it that many peeves or complaints. Also, final praise. Infinity Gauntlet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, oh come on, please throw away the Ultron thing, please, Marvel, and just let's go to Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. The God Hand. And also, I think it's gonna be like the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries. Like, in the end of the Avengers movie, uh, where the Chitauri guy tells to challenge the Avengers or the Earthlings, it is to court death. And we see Thanos smiling, and we're bringing out the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries. Oh my gosh, let's just do it. For those of you who have not read the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries, go pick it up now. You're not going to be disappointed. It's like one of the very few successful crossover events or just event comics of the Marvel universe, which I think was done really well. But yeah, go read it, and also go watch this movie, guys. I highly recommend it. I'm most likely going to see it again, and I hope my fanboyness has not freaked you out. But I hope it was entertaining for all of you. I'm still giddy, like, oh my gosh, Tom Hiddleston, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Infinity Gauntlet stuff. But yeah, I love this movie so much. I'll see you guys all later, and please check out my previous review for the White Ranger versus Scorpion stuff. I should have done this review first instead of that one, but. But anyway, thanks guys. Please go watch now if you haven't. Seriously, that's how I've said it like how many times. Go watch Thor: Dark World now. Go. Bye.